An interesting fact about the original Resident Evil on the PlayStation is at one point in the game's development it was intended to have a full two-player co-op mode. This concept never made it into the finished game, but there is early footage of the co-op mode in action taken from the beta of Resident Evil, as well as a Resident Evil fanbase always playing around trying to bring their co-op experience to the original games. This is why I've decided to take a look back at Resident Evil 5, the first Resident Evil game to have two-player co-op mode. Not the first multiplayer Resident Evil game, that honour goes to the Resident Evil Outbreak series, but that was just online. So Resident Evil 5 is definitively the first two-player game in the series. The game starts you out in the midst of Africa. You play as Chris Redfield and his partner Shiva on a BSAA mission to prevent another disastrous biological outbreak.
Now there ain't but 20,000 police in the whole town. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
So before we dig any deeper into Resident Evil 5, I just want to clarify, I think this is the start of the downfall when it comes to the Resident Evil series. So I'll have a little rant now and we'll get through this. So here are a few things I don't like about Resident Evil 5. The item box is tiny. The split screen's on the wonk. The boss battles go on forever. By the halfway point you start thinking, is this racist? All the puzzles seem like busy work. Jill is Neo from the Matrix. Wesker is Neo from the Matrix. Chris when he beats the shit out of that boulder with his bare hands. So with all that out of the way, let's look at the positives. The game does offer a well-crafted two-player experience. In the one-player campaign, the AI of Sheva is, let's say, lacking. To the point of frustration, the best way to play this game is with a friend. This is most definitely Resident Evil 5's strongest point. At some points in the game, it throws up some very exhilarating set pieces. In particular the boss battle with Jill Valentine, where one character holds her still while the other tries to pull off the red bug chip that is controlling her. The game almost promotes you to enjoy the accidental humour that comes with playing in co-op mode. You're more than likely to mess up with one of the puzzles and accidentally kill your teammate with a laser or accidentally set them on fire. It's the proximity to failure at any given moment with two people playing that makes it more rewarding when you both get your shit together and things go really well. The controls work fine in Resident Evil 5. If you ever played Resident Evil 4 there'll be no complaints here. If anything they feel more responsive in this game. Even though Resident Evil 5's plot is very predictable and full of cliched characters returning from early entries, and the story being pretty thin on the ground, it does have some standout moments. The first fight with the Ouroboros monster is implemented nicely. One player has to lure the monster into a furnace and the other player has to activate the switch to finalise the kill. There's a really great scene where multiple lickers are about to pounce on you, ramps the tension up to 11, until you realise you can just take them out with the stun club, then you can turn the entire game into gauntlet.
Good cooperation. I've not seen such bravery. That was a heroic effort. Someone shot the food.
The on-rail sections are pretty epic and break up the gameplay, giving some much needed respite from all the standard shooting action, as well as some really awesome looking QTEs scattered about the place. Which brings me to the one thing Resident Evil 5 gets right, and it's definitely in the action department. You can shoot and blast your way through this game with completely gratifying results, with all the weapons at your disposal feeling like you can cause some real mayhem with them. At times this game can be a complete chore. While I was replaying it, I felt myself groaning when I realised there was another boring and tedious bit coming up. So if you're going to play this game, I would highly recommend you take a friend to share in this nightmare. Playing Resident Evil 2 player makes the game just about palatable, even if I think it's just because someone else is sharing in the misery with you. Resident Evil 5 is currently selling for £2 in CEX on 360, £3.50 will buy you the gold version on PS3. It has also been released on Xbox One and PS4 for around £15. Thanks for watching, and farewell.